Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are joining us from. I warmly welcome you to today's session under the American Spaces Strategic and Support Programming. This program is proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy Ghana in partnership with Mobile Web Ghana. So let's dive right into it, okay? So how many of you have sent out more than 5 job applications and received a no response, or received the famous "we regret to inform you" email? So today at American Corner Boba, we are addressing one of the biggest challenges young professionals face, which is CV rejection. I am Estella Hidonoman, and I am the coordinator for American Corner Boba, and I'll be your moderator for today's session. So about our facilitator, she is in the person of Mrs. Edith M. Frimpong Manso. She's a result-driven professional with experience in sales, marketing, customer service, management, and recruitment. She currently serves as operations and recruitment manager at Careers in Ghana Recruitment and has previously held leadership roles at Enterprise Life and Nepresso Ghana. She holds a Bachelor of Law degree from the University of Professional Studies, Accra UPSA, as well as an MSc in Supply Chain Management from Coventry University. So Edith is committed to adding value, leading effectively, and contributing to organizational growth. So please kindly note that you can drop your questions in the chat box. Feel free to just express yourself in the chat. Every question you ask will be well addressed by the facilitator. And also, do share this link with someone whom you know is looking to change a job or, take a next step in their career. All right, so the floor is yours, Madam Edith. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stella. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this opportunity and to share my little knowledge I have on CV rejection. I have here with me a colleague. She's called Ruth. And maybe after the session, when we have our question and answers, she might assist me with that as well. That's it. Yes, basically. So we'll go straight to it. I don't know if the presentation. Okay. So why your CV is being rejected and how to fix it. Okay, so I work with Careers in Ghana. Careers in Ghana is basically a recruitment consultancy. We've been in business for over, I think almost 20 years. Yes. So it's a global executive search and international HR company providing services in a range of sectors across Ghana and Africa. Our vision basically is to be the only recognizable recruitment company in Ghana providing every service associated with recruitment. Okay, so I would want to talk about the Ghana market. Understanding Ghana market. You may wonder why I want to address this. It's because Ghana's growing economy, it offers a lot of opportunities. We have a lot of opportunities out there, but competition for jobs remain high due to limited openings. So maybe this company, there's an opportunity, but we have limited openings. And do you know what the problem is? We have many graduates out there, so many graduates out there with limited opportunities. And now employers are now seeking both technical and soft skills, which is making it essential for new job seekers to tailor your CVs to meet market demands. So before you work on your CV, you have to consider the Ghanaian market and what I've mentioned above so far. Okay, so now let's go straight to it. You may ask, let me ask you this question. Let me ask this question. How many of you have sent, I think Estella even mentioned it, that so many of you, some of you might be there who have sent over 5 CVs. Let me ask, let's move it to over 20 CVs or more, and you've heard nothing. I don't know if maybe people can just raise their hands to let me know. I'm sure there are lots of people out there who have sent so many CVs and have heard nothing. And you should know that you are not alone. And that's the painful truth. The painful truth is this: most CVs are rejected in less than 30 seconds. In less than 30 seconds, your CVs are rejected. And do you know why? It's because recruiters do not read CVs. We do not read CVs. We scan through them. We scan CVs. So today I want to show you why your CV may be getting rejected, what recruiters actually look for, and how to fix it immediately. So I'll go straight to my first point. I think the first point says that your CVs are not tailored. What do I mean by your CVs are not tailored? This is one of the biggest reasons for rejection. Let me explain what this means. Many people use the same CV for every application. You see, you have your CV, you've worked on your CV, you see this job, you send your CV, you see the same CV, you see this job, you send the same CV, you see this job, you send the same CV. So you simply change the company name and press send. That's all you do. But employers can tell immediately what a CV, when a CV is not tailored, it reads like a generic life story instead of a solution to the employer's problem. One CV cannot fit an admin role, it cannot fit an HR role, sales position, and NGO application. You can't use one CV for all that. And you must tailor it. Consider that every 10 minutes of your editing for each role increases your chance. So you have to make time for your CV. You don't just send your CV just like that. Your CV may contain your full history, your education, all your roles and everything you have ever done. That's fine. But when applying for a specific role, the focus should shift. Try to shift this focus. The employer is not asking, what have you done in your life? No, they are not asking that question. They are asking, can you solve our problem in this role? That's what employers are asking. Can you solve our problems in this role? And this is where tailoring becomes very critical. You must highlight the experiences, the skills, and achievements that directly match the job description. So ensure to tailor your CVs to meet the job. Very important rule, very important point, sorry. It's a very important point. I'll go to the second point. Irrelevant and weak content. Relevant and weak content. Most CVs say, I am hardworking, dedicated. Even some say God-fearing. Some say humble. No, recruiters are asking, how does this person solve my problem? That's what we are asking. How do you solve my problem? You wrote what you want. You didn't write what we need as recruiters. You didn't write what we need. So what you need to do to fix that is you need to read the job description. That is why job descriptions are actually added to job posts. We don't just work on, we actually take time to work on job descriptions. There's a reason. So read the job description. Then you mirror the language on the job description, mirror the language and align your experience to meet the needs. For example, instead of responsible for customer service, let's say you can say managed daily customer inquiries, resolving 85% of complaints within 24 hours and improving customer satisfaction. There, as a recruiter, I can see that when you handled the customer service, you were able to achieve something. And this is somebody I need to help me with my customer service. You tell me you are responsible for customer service. Yes, there are so many people we employ and they are responsible for customer service, but they basically do nothing. So I want to know how you can help me as an employer or as a recruiter. Then let's consider this one too. Your spelling, when I scan through your CVs, or yeah, your CVs, we consider so many things, spelling and grammar errors. You say you say I'm this, I'm that, and that. But it should also show in your CV. The spelling and grammar errors alone can disqualify you. Let me give you another example. Instead of manager, you write manja. Fine, it's an error. Manja, maybe you didn't see. Instead of maybe instead of public relations officer, it's just an S, relations officer. Maybe you put public relation officer. To me, it signals that you are careless and you don't pay attention to details. Yet you have written in your CV, pay attention to details. But you have written manager and you have written public relation officer. Do you get it? So always ensure that you proofread your CVs. You can use Grammarly. There's this software, Grammarly. I'm sure most of you know it, Grammarly. Use it. And aside that, you can after you work on your CV, give it to a third person or give it to somebody to review it for you. It all helps. Okay, so we go to the third point, which is poor structure and presentation. In Ghana especially, trust me, there are lots of CVs like that. So in Ghana especially, people submit 5 to 7 page CVs. Sometimes I don't know what you are writing. Fine, some people have a lot of experience, but you can do that in a very simple way. But people submit 5 to 7 pages, and it's a put off for most recruiters. I don't know what you want to brag about on your CV. Recruiters prefer a one page. If you're a graduate, a new graduate, a one page CV is enough. You can have all we need in one page. Do you get it? Maximum 2 pages for experienced professionals. Do you get it? It's because, do you know why you have so many pages? You put on so many unnecessary details. So many unnecessary details. Somebody's CV will have the person's primary school, your JHS, religious positions. You come and tell me you are this president in this church, this, your full home address, your marital status. We are not interested in that. Trust me, we are not interested in all those things. Even your referees, some will also list all their referees for making, I don't know, you want me to know that you know this manager and you know that. No, just leave it as it is. Referees available upon request. And it's simple. All you need to do is keep your CV clean and remove all the irrelevant information. I know sometimes as a graduate, you feel that your CV is too simple. You've not, when you look at it, maybe all you have there is national service or internship. Yes, it's fine. I don't want to know where you went to primary school. I don't even want to know where you went to crèche. It's not important. So keep your CVs clean. Remove all the irrelevant information. Do you get it? Then poor formatting. This is something most people do, especially graduates, because I don't know why you do that. I don't know, but different font styles. You see that the heading has this font, some fonts I haven't seen before or heard before.
Yeah, sorry, please. We can't see your screen, your slide.
It's gone
Yes.
off?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Visible now, thank you.
Okay. So I was talking about poor formatting. People put in so many crazy fonts. There are some fonts you haven't even heard. You go into the font and you see there's so many fonts because it is stylish and beautiful. You put in different font styles. Your heading has a different font, your subheading has a different font style. Then the descriptions also have a different font style. No. Then too many colors. I don't know, you want to impress the recruiter, so you brighten it. You have a different color here, different color here. Trust me, that is not what we are looking for. Then some of the fonts too, when you are writing maybe your previous roles and what you used to do, the fonts are so tiny that I have to like struggle to read what you have, because you want to put everything there, use very tiny fonts. No. Then most of you, instead of using bullet points to make it easier, you just make it paragraphs. So sometimes we now have to put in an extra effort to try to read your CV. No. And some of you don't even space out. No spacing. Make sure that your CV looks clean, professional, easy to scan. As I mentioned earlier, we usually scan through. So you should present it in a way that as soon as I'm scanning through, I get all my points in there. Use clear headings, use bullet points, and use consistent fonts. Use the normal fonts we all know. When you were in school, most of the assignments, they tell you to use either Calibri or Arial or Times New Roman. Those are the normal fonts we know. Use those simple fonts and it will be easy for you. Please don't complicate your CV. Make it very clean. Then I go to my next point. Ruth. Okay. I'll just continue. Ruth, let's continue. So my next point is not ATS optimized. ATS simply means applicant tracking systems. Now, because of modernization, technology, AI, and all those things, most companies now use softwares to scan through CVs before we humans will see them. Because you see, when we post a job, it can be just a simple job, let's say an admin role. You'll be surprised that we can receive over 1,000 CVs. Do you get it? We can receive over 1,000 CVs for just one role, as you are saying. There are so many graduates, as I mentioned earlier, but the opportunities are just few. Do you get it? So we use these softwares to scan through the series to make it easier before the humans see them. So if your CV has too many graphics, you design so many graphics, make it so complicated. When we use the software to scan through it, it wouldn't even recognize your CV. You might have the qualifications that we need, but you have, I don't know who you want to impress. You have designed your CV in a way that the software is not able to recognize some of these things. And yes, when you submit your CVs, there are times we see that, and I ask people that these people, do they really want the job? They use their phones to take a picture of the CV and upload it. Some of these softwares they don't even pick the pictures. Do you get it? And some also scan their CVs and send. You see, when you scan the CV, it's also sometimes it picks it as a picture. Sometimes, do you get it? So work on your CV, Word document. When you finish, then you PDF it. Then you send. Don't make it complicated for. It's like you apply for the job and you are already disqualifying yourselves. And don't use the strange fonts as I mentioned. And don't make sure that when you are applying for the job, as I think I mentioned it earlier, the job description, make sure that make sure that it contains keywords from the job description. There are some keywords that, so if I put in the job description in the software and it picks your CV, it's supposed to it should be able to identify some of the keywords from the job description. Do you get it? So if you have all these graphics and you use the picture, then it gets rejected automatically. You get it? So it even gets rejected by the software before it even comes to me, or yes, it even comes to the recruiter to even try to do my part. So use simple word formats, use keywords from the job posting or the job description, and avoid fancy templates. The templates are not what are going to give you the job. Trust me. Just make it very simple. Then I go to my fifth point. We have duties focused over achievements. Okay, so when you look at a CV, it usually has only your responsibilities. It doesn't state your achievements. And that's a very big mistake most people do. You listed what you were assigned. Maybe I was this, I was the front office officer here, and then you were assigned that role, but you didn't show your results. You get it? You didn't let me know as a front desk person what you achieved. How are you going to help me? I always want to know how you are going to help me as a recruiter, as an employer. So let me give you an example of a weak line. You write that you worked as a sales executive. What am I doing with that? So many people also worked as a sales executive. But somebody else will write, increased monthly sales by 30% within 6 months through maybe a targeted client outreach. Okay, that sounds interesting. Employers hire your impact, not your attendance. You get it? We hire your impact and not your attendance. So these are the 5 reasons. I have actually summarized all in 5, but I have said a lot why your CVs are being rejected. Now I'm going to give you ways to fix your CVs. You're going to work on your CVs. Let's work on it. So the first point is start with a strong professional summary. So usually your CV after, I don't know, some people do not do it, some to do, but some just copy people's professional summaries. So don't write in your summary that you are seeking a challenging role. No. In your summary, it's your professional summary. You are summarizing your professionalism, or you are summarizing what you've done over the years. Do you get it? I'm a hardworking, that's what people are. I'm a hardworking person, or I'm a hardworking person seeking a challenging role in maybe marketing, and no. Instead, right, I'm a results-driven administrative officer with 4+ years experience in office coordination, documentation management, and client support within fast-paced environments. That sounds very powerful. I mean, just reading your professional summary alone can make me pick your CV. I haven't gone down to even see your other qualifications, but just your summary alone made me pick your CV. Do you get it? Your summary should be concise, tailored to the role, and it should immediately show the employer why you're a strong fit. And that is what we are looking out for. Do you get it? Don't just do those normal things. Some people even go for offensive. Oh, what did you write there? You realize that the person has just picked the information here and just put there. Have a very strong professional summary, and that alone can get your CV picked. Okay. So now let's go to the second way you can work on your CV. Quantify everything. So use numbers. Use numbers like increased. Use statements like increased, reduced, managed, generated, coordinated. So let's say increased so and so by 30%, like the previous examples I gave you, or increased sales by this percent, this number, reduced maybe waste by this percentage or this number, managed this number of this, generated about this number, coordinated this. The numbers show your credibility. Not that I'm not telling you to note this. I'm not telling you to go and lie on your CV. If you haven't done this, don't go and say you have done it. That's you should note that, because sometimes even though this will get your CV picked, know that when you go for the interview, you will be asked. Some asked. If you are lucky, maybe somebody might not ask. But getting your CV picked is the first stage, and which is also the most important stage. Do you get it? So quantify everything. It's very, very, very important. So the next point, yes, so focus on skills that match the job. Hard skills matter. They matter a lot. Excel, payroll systems, recruitment tools, CRM systems, accounting software. It's very relevant. So let's go. Most businesses, they look out for people with this kind of skills. Let's say I'm working on accounting role, and I'm scanning through your CV. There are some particular softwares I want to know that you can use, because in our modern world, that is what we are doing. We are using softwares for everything. Now we have stopped doing the manual ways of doing everything is software. So let's say in my job description, we have stated that we want somebody who is good with QuickBooks. I think accounting here, let's say QuickBooks. I want to know, so put it in your CV that you have that skill. You are good at using this accounting software, QuickBooks or this and this. Even Excel is very important. You should let me also know how good you are with Excel. If you're an accountant and you work on payroll, we have so many softwares for payroll now. What are you conversant with? So as you sit at home, if you don't have a job and you sit at home, and let's say you are in the accounting field or you're in the HR field or customer service field, master a skill in one of this, master some of these softwares, because now all companies, I wouldn't say some companies, all companies are using softwares for their jobs. Do you get it? So CRM, master. If you are in the customer service, or even CRM is used by almost every department, because sometimes people use it for reporting and all that. Customer service, accounting softwares, HR softwares, what IT softwares. Some will ask you, which SOEs do you know? The accountant, the ITs, you know how the SOEs. There's some let's say sales and marketing, digital sales. They want to know, can you use Canva? Can you use there are other SOEs out there? What softwares? There are so many for every department. Should I say every department or every role? There are softwares. So if you are here at this moment and you haven't mastered a software in your field, please go and do that. Because me, if I know that you know how to use the software, I'll hire you, because I need somebody who can make money, and you should be someone who is ready to learn. Like you should be IT driven, you should be tech driven. Do you get it? This guy will be good. This guy will bring in, because the world is evolving, and we need people who are ready to move with the world. We are not ready to, you see, now we are not looking for people who would give us extra work. You know, they say training on training on the job. Some of them is just the basic trainings that we give, but we want somebody who has insights, somebody who is who is even ready to come in to teach us extra AI text, or okay, your company has been using QuickBooks, your company has been using this HR software. So why don't we try this other HR software? It can do this, that it can offer this service, or can do this better than the HR software you are currently using. Obviously, your manager will want to look into it and apply it. So you need to work on your skills. Even if you are currently in a job and maybe you would want to move to the next job, in your current job, let's say you are using this skill or this software, try to learn. And you see, one thing about this software or this AI things, it is not just one. It's not just one. In, let's say, HR, we have so many softwares. You get it? And people even come in to even introduce their software. So you should try to master about 3 or 4, even 5. Try that and see how you be a hot cake there. You'll be, instead of you even looking for a job, we will come and poach you for the job. So work on your skills and make sure that they match the job. Very important. Now let's look at, this is something I'd want us to look at before I end the whole thing. How to structure your CV. Very important. You see this CV, it has almost everything in it. This person, John Doe, he's a civil and structural engineer. He hasn't presented 100-page CV to me, or a 5-page or what, but his CV has it. Your CV should have your name and contact. I don't know if you can all see the CV. This is what a good CV looks like. So your name usually should have your name and contact. If you have a LinkedIn profile, now we look at that as well. A LinkedIn profile, you put in the link there as well. So your name, your contact, and your LinkedIn profile. It's fine. That's all. We are not looking for CVs that have name, then your residential address, your PO box, your this, your that. I wouldn't use it for anything. Maybe later when you are chosen for the role, I might need your address to do some verifications, but I don't need this on the CV now. Make it very simple. Your name, your contact, and if you have a LinkedIn profile, you put it there. Talking about LinkedIn profile, even though it has nothing, we are not really talking about LinkedIn profile, maybe just chip it in. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, it's time to work on it. Because sometimes when we are looking for people, we even go to LinkedIn before we even come looking for your CV. We come looking through the CVs that people have sent. Because when you go to LinkedIn, the person is already selling himself there. And we go there and we go and poach people. So it's very important. So after your name and your contact, then your professional summary. I already talked about your professional summary. What you need to have over there. You see, as you see, results-driven, civil. It has to be like that. Do you get it? Then after your professional summary, you have your key skills. Your key skills. So as you can see on John Doe's CV, his key skills are neatly placed there. So the skills, as I mentioned, you see he knows how to do Microsoft projects, he knows how to do this. The skills are there. Then after your skills, then you come and talk about your work experience. Maybe you bold in the work experience. Then as you can see, you bullet points what you did in that company. Something simple. Do you get it? Then after your work experience, your education comes in. Some people too prefer to put education before the work experience, or it does, for that particular format, it doesn't really matter. You can put in your education before your work experience, or the work experience before your education. Sometimes, mostly, we want to see your work experience. So that is what we are interested in, the job description, your work experience. Sometimes too, some people are looking, okay, do you have that particular, sometimes in the job description, we state that we need somebody who has maybe a degree or an MSc in a particular um education, basically. So obviously, I'm not going to take somebody who hasn't, not necessarily, but when it comes to those technical roles, let's say like a civil engineer, you need some form of education. So maybe I'll look at the education, but it doesn't really matter. The work experience and education can swap, but make sure that it is simple like that. So you have your work experience here, then you have your education. Then if you have some certifications, then you put it below your education. Simple certification. Maybe you have a professional certificate in this or that. As I mentioned, as if you're at home and you don't have a job now, it's time to do those short courses for your certificates. Then you add it there, you have a certificate in this. Then that is it. When it comes to, then you can conclude it with your what? Your referee. Referees upon request. A very simple and neat CV. I would consider this over 100-page CV, 5 pages CV. It even puts me off. And not just me, I know that is how it's working out there for recruiters. So this is what a good CV looks like. Let's do our best. So you can say, try to polish your CV to make it simple for the recruiter. Make it very simple for the recruiter. Sometimes it's not that you are not qualified. It's that you are not communicating your value. Trust me. Your CV is not your biography. It's your marketing document. So market yourself. You are using your CV to market yourself. It's upon your marketing that you have done in your CV that are able to pick your CV. Imagine that the way some of you work on your CVs. If Coca-Cola marketed like some CVs do, nobody will buy it. So you are marketing, not that your CV. Some people ask, you can read somebody's CV and the person is talking about his biography, and I have done the and this. No, sell yourself. Please sell yourself. Your CV should answer one question: why should we hire you? It shouldn't say, here is everything about me. No, everything about me. No. It should tell us, it should say, here is the value I bring. If you don't position yourself properly on paper, you may never get the opportunity to prove yourself in person. That is why you keep sending CVs, and nobody is even giving you the opportunity to come for an interview. But if you are able to pass through that CV stage and your CV is picked or selected, then you get the opportunity to sell yourself. Your CV opens the door and the interview keeps you inside. Note that it's very important. Your CV is your number one. Take time. It only takes about, you already have the templates. Did I say the template? Your CV. But make sure that before you send your CV to any company, just spend 10 minutes to polish your CV to meet the job description. Very, very important. Very important. So, yes, I think Estella gave me 45 minutes. I think I'm done. So you can always contact me. I work for Kairos in Ghana, as Estella said. Our contact details are out there. You can contact us through Estella mobile web or just come to us, Careers in Ghana. Send us an email on employers@careersingghana.com. Number is 0500043033. Or go to any of our socials. You meet us there. The name is Edith. So just ask for Edith and yeah. Thank you so much. Any questions for me?
Yes, thank you so much, Edith. Like, I really learned a lot. I think it's like a refresh course and more to learn. Because initially we've heard of the ATS, but we thought that was just where it ended. But to know that that was just like a filter before it now comes to you, the recruiter, to now sift through what has been left, what was selected to now make a decision. And thank you so much once again. And we have some questions in the chat box. We have this from Rosemont. She's asking that, thank you for the session. Please, I want to ask, do you verify the results from work experience of applicants as recruiters?
We do. Very important. So even though I have spoken so much about working on your CV, yes, you see, that's what I was saying. The CV is basically your first to get you selected. Basically, it gets you selected, then you go for the interview. After that, we have the background checks. We do that. We do the employment verifications because some people might not have even worked there before. We even do the education verification. Some people lie about the schools they've been to, and yeah, basically the schools they've been to. Some even do. We even sometimes go to the extent of doing some criminal checks, but it depends on it depends on the role. Yeah, we do even social media checks we do, because so yes, it's very important what you put out there. As youth and young people, go on social media and put anything there. So that's just by the way. But as she said, yeah, we do the verifications on most of these employments. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting to know that
Mm.
a lot of background checks go into just verifying what you have put on your CV. Because a follow-up question in the chat was to ask if she had to add a proof to all the things she has said. She was looking at the exceeding the number and all that. Is it
Yes,
necessary?
not necessary, because it's our duty to do the checks after. So just make it simple. No need, just put in your education. When I select you for the job, I'll go and do my search. Because some people, as you are saying, you can put in the proof, but it could be something that you have also gone to design somewhere from the school that this is proof. How I can't tell if that is enough proof, or maybe how they say true proof. No. So
Right.
yeah, don't
Oh,
no need to put all those things there. It's very unnecessary.
oh. Interesting. Please, let's keep our questions coming. Madam Edith is here. Everything you have thought about CV writing or anything that she said that she wants a more enhanced understanding about it, she's here to explain that to us. So I wanted to ask, talking about the social media bits of it, on our CV, now I think a lot of people put in their LinkedIn profile link in that. And so how does that does it influence a lot in the selection process, or it's just in between?
It does. It's telling me that you are serious. You have a LinkedIn profile. That means you have taken time to sell yourself extra. Do you get it? There are some, I think even mobile web, there are times that you have sessions where you encourage people to work on their LinkedIn.
Yes.
Yeah, putting an extra work to sell yourself also tells me that you are serious. You need a job. Do you get it? Yes. So even just working on your LinkedIn, very, very important, because I would go there. When I see the link, I'll definitely go there to see what is there as well.
Interesting. So I wanted to bring us to technology, bit of it, where we talk about AI now. Now, whenever someone sees a job opportunity, most people, what they do is that they go and take the job description, plus their CV, and then they leave it for AI to now revamp it for them. So how is that? Is it making your work easy? Because now everybody is using AI to optimize their LinkedIn profile. How do you bypass those things? I mean, we have a good CVs now. If I don't know if that's a case from your end as a recruiter,
Yeah.
but
But you know, aside AI can also tell that it's an AI. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Yes. So we have softwares too that can tell you that this CV is an AI generated CV. Do you get it? So you can, sometimes when you use AI for something, it can tell you that this is AI generated. You might think it's, but it can easily tell that this is AI generated. Fine. There's nothing wrong with using the AI. Maybe it's just polishing your English, or it's just polishing the CV to ensure that just make sure that whatever the AI is doing for you is not working on, it's not, you're not going to give me lies. Do you get it? So it's just maybe your CV that is polishing your CV for you to attract me to pick your CV. Fine. The important thing is it gets your CV selected. But know that even if your CV is selected, you need to answer for your CV. The interview will definitely come. You definitely get that interview, and you should be able to speak to your CV. There are times that there was one client where we worked for, yeah, the person CV was perfect and all, but he couldn't speak to his CV. And we always get people to work on our CVs for us. When people work on our CVs for, there's not, you see, there's nothing wrong with somebody working on your CV for you too. But make sure that you know what is on your CV, and what is on your CV should be what you have achieved.
yeah.
Not somebody creating achievements for you. Because me, when I see certain things, even though I'm telling you to let me sell yourself, maybe 35%, you're able to achieve this. When you come out, ask you further questions on it to ensure that you really did this. But as I said, your gateway is your CV. Very important. Some people are out there who are very good, but their CVs are not good, so they are not picked. Somebody can take a picture of their CV and send to you. It happens. Do you get it? So that's the thing. But that person who has just sent a picture to you, maybe you go and interview the person, you realize that the person is good, but he didn't get that opportunity. Yeah.
Very interesting. And to add to that, I wanted to ask, in terms of updating your CV, we hear that you often have to update your CV.
Yeah.
And then how can one practically update it? You know that sometimes life gets very busy. We get into the year, and then you can't even, keeping track of one's achievement. What will you advise so that whenever you have an opportunity, you just know where to pick these ones without just trying to think out of your head that, oh, I achieved this here, I achieved that there, so let me put it here. How can one practically do this to get efficient output from that?
Yeah, I understand that people are busy, but Stella, it's as much as you are busy, you actually know what you want to achieve. You actually know what you are looking out for. Yeah. So as and when, there shouldn't be a specific time. As and when, let's say, let's say you just got a job with this new company, your job description was given to you, or you started work, and obviously your job role was given to you. As soon as you start that job, update your CV with it. Don't wait till after how many months, after how many years, when you don't even know where that job offer was given to you, you've placed it, and now, hey, what do I do? Then you're trying to remember the things you do in the company or the things you've achieved. Do you understand? As soon as you get the opportunity, you start, update your CV with it. Then you update it. Let's say today is 26th February. You put it there, 26th February 2026 to date. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Then you have your CV there. Maybe in some years or even some months, even you know that when you do that, especially on your LinkedIn, when I'm maybe searching for maybe a particular um role or a particular
So whilst Edith is at it, please drop your questions in the chat box. We have some few minutes more. Do you have any question at all to ask about how to really up your game in terms of your CV writing, as well as how to avoid being rejected by, recruiters? Let us know in the chat box how your experience has been so far, and even what you've learned in today's session, what really, really came home to you. Just put that in the chat box. We would like to have that feedback as well.
sorry about that. Sorry about that. So sorry about that. Hello, can I be heard? Estella. So hi, Isaac. I think we lost you.
Hello, Edith, can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost all of you.
Yes, some internet interruptions here and there affected the live stream and everything. But Ella is on. She would wrap up and then we can bring the session to a close.
Okay, sure.
Hi Edith. So maybe whilst we wait for Estella to join and bring the session to a, would like to have your final words for today's session. Yes.
Okay, sure. So to summarize everything, as I think I've kept saying, so I'm going to just reiterate it. Your CV is your CV opens the door. Your CV opens the door. So have time to work on it. As I keep saying, I keep telling people that just spend 10 minutes of your time on your CV before you press send. Just 10 minutes of your time. Take your time, go through it. If you need a software to also go through it to ensure that your grammar and everything are okay, do that. If you are still not certain, give it to a third person to also go through your CV for you. Sometimes you would go through your CV several times and you think everything is right, but you just give it to the next person. The next person will be able to identify something. Have time for your CV. You don't need to put in all those unnecessary things. Just have time for your CV. Polish your CV nicely before you send it. And please, it's very important. You work on your Word document, you PDF it, then you send it. Some people send Word, that's fine. Word PDF is fine. Don't send the scanned copy or the picture, no. It's a put off too. It tells a lot about you, the person sending it as well. So yeah, no matter the role, it doesn't matter the role. Oh. It could be a driver position. Even if you've just driven for one person, put it neatly in your CV. It tells me that you're a serious driver. Do you get it? It doesn't matter the role. Just ensure that you work on your CV. Before I end, as I always say, it opens the door. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Edith. We're so grateful. Thank you for sharing these insights with us. She mentioned that your CV is what opens the door to the next step in your career opportunities, the opportunities that you're actually looking for. So I want to thank you once again. I also want to thank our participants for joining us. Thank you, Careers in Ghana, for making time to always do these sessions with us. We really appreciate you. And then we also appreciate our participants for joining. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your engagement. We would just entreat you to also subscribe to Mobile Web YouTube channel. You find the channel, you are already on the channel, so please subscribe before you leave. Also, we have our socials. You also find them in the description of this particular video. So to become your way again, this program was proudly brought to you by the US Embassy Ghana in partnership with Mobile Web Ghana. Do have a great day ahead. Bye.